Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls. Well, today you are all about to witness something I never thought would ever happen. Today is going to be our final ride in my orange Eclipse. Today is the day that I must pull it out of my garage and deliver it to the people who bought it. So, yeah. A little harder than I thought it was going to be to let go. I had that car for a long time. It was the first new thing I ever bought myself. When I was fresh out of high school, I bought that car. I did a ton of work to it. We pulled some of the mods off it to sell it. We put the factory wheels back on it, and took the front balance off it, and we put the stock struts with the lowering springs back in it. Took the coilovers out because, well, I want to be able to drive it on the ferry to deliver it, and it was so low that it never would have went on the boat. And that, and I didn't get as much money as I needed to get to cover all those things, so it is what it is. But this car and I have been through a lot together, and you're about to ride along for the last ride. Okay, guys, I want you to say hello and goodbye in the same breath, because this will be the absolute last time that you ever see this car again. Spotless. Well, that's understandable considering it's been sitting all winter. And I don't really blame it for not wanting to leave, because I don't really want to leave. It's just one of those things, guys. Just one of those things. gorgeous though, isn't she? Sorry guys, this is my makeshift camera mount because this car has never had a camera mount. Right now we are seeing if we can make it down the driveway to the road. I fucking hope so. Final ride. This car and I have been, like I said before, this car and I have been through a lot. I've got a lot of time and money invested in this car that I'm never going to get back, and not to mention the tickets that I've gotten in this car. The money for that I'm never going to get back. I don't care. You know, I used to get so much crap for this car. People telling me it was a girl's car, and that was a slow car. Guys, let me tell you what. These V6 Eclipses, these are not slow cars. This car was a weapon before I started modding it, and now it's just, oh, you fell. As I was saying, this car was an animal out of the box, and it was an animal after I was done modding it. That was 125, just so everybody's aware. There's your slow car for you. This old girl. This car and I have, well, we've been through a lot. We've got a lot of tickets. I actually got caught when I was much younger. I got caught in this car racing, and, well, to say the least, that was a long night for me. There was a lot of tickets and a lot of lawyer fees I'll never get back. You know, we all learn the hard way. We'll do one more quick pull for you guys. Or not, because there's a car coming. Just roll into it. Guys, this car is, oof, she is an animal. Have these all custom done. The orange stitching, same with the e-brake boot. Terracotta door panels, terracotta seats, color matched bezel, gauge pod, footwell lighting. Sorry about that, but it's the best I can do, guys. But as I was saying, I learned a hard lesson with this car, and that lesson was never fall in love with a vehicle. Because you know what? I loved this car, but I spent so much time cleaning this car, washing this car, keeping this car waxed, keeping it perfect. For, you know, when I could take it out and go to car shows or car meets or just go for a Sunday, Saturday night cruise. younger, take it to the impromptu meets where racing and stuff would happen. If I would have just drove this car, if I would have just dailied this car, I probably would have enjoyed it so much more. Just play with it, whoop the piss out of it, and I probably would have ended up getting the same amount of money for it in the end. I've never even smoked in this car, but you know what? We're gonna today. You see, it was the dealership I worked for that purchased this car, so it's still, even though it's immaculate, they're gonna put it through recon and clean it and shampoo things and whatever. I know it's not my problem. It's sold, it's leaving today. I replaced it with a Camaro. But I just hope some punk kid doesn't end up with it and destroy it or kill himself. Because whether you want to believe it or not, guys, this car is a weapon. And I'm gonna miss it. Awful video, guys, because I have no camera mount. Sorry. Well, guys, we're back. We're waiting for the bolt. I guess this is a test to see if it'll go onto the bolt without the coilovers and front lip on it, because before it would not. This is going to be an awful video because I do not have a camera mount. So I'm trying to wedge the camera anywhere I can. I grabbed this camera mount out of the Tundra, which is a total total turd. One of the pieces fell off it, which I am in the process of looking for currently. That's probably gone forever, which means this camera mount's probably junk, which I'm kind of okay with, I think. But yep, looking back at this decision now, I'm starting to think that maybe this was a mistake to get rid of this car, but it is what it is, you know. The kids didn't fit in it. I drove it maybe 4 times last summer. The whole purpose of getting the Camaro was the Camaro actually has a back seat. Like, this car has a back seat, but in order for the people in the front to fit comfortably at all, the backs of the front seats, there's literally this much room between, so it's one of those things. But I've got so many car show trophies with this car. This car has been all over the place with me. I've gone to import face-offs and hot import nights with this car. This car and I made 2 road trips from New York to Florida and back. When I was younger and single, and you know, back when I was still cool, before I was in dad mode all the time. But I always wanted a Camaro. I always wanted one of these. All through high school, when Mitsubishi came out with this body style, I said I had to have that. I have to have one of those cars. So the first thing I did when I was out of high school was go buy this. And then in 2010, Chevy brought back the Camaro. And what a job they did. I mean, what a beautiful car. And that's when I said, someday I will own one of those. But because I had this, and I always had to have a secondary vehicle, because this was useless in the winter, and I traveled a lot for work, it wasn't feasible for me to trade this in, because let's face it, when you buy something when you're 18 years old, you overpay. This was a special edition. This was a 1-year car, and I think I paid like 30 grand for it, for an Eclipse. And then I dumped all kinds of money into it. I think this car was stock for a week. It's got a stage 4 clutch, heavy duty axles, the head's been shaved, it's got a tune, intake, strut bar, full exhaust, catless, drilled and slotted rotors. I put it on coilovers. The wheels and tires were changed. It had a lip kit on it. Eyelids, black JDM headlights, gauge pod. This car did not come, it came factory with the black leather seats with the orange on, but that was the only orange inside this car. I color matched the radio bezel. I got the terracotta door panels of an 07 because the SC and 07 didn't come with the spoiler or the aero kit. It came with white leather seats with an orange terracotta insert in these door panels. I hunted forever to find these door panels. Basically, I did everything I wanted to do to this car, and it's got to the point where no matter what I did to it, I couldn't make the car any faster because of traction issues. I did solid motor mounts, everything, and it's like a cat on linoleum. It spins, it drags you over the road. My next thing, I wanted to supercharge it, but ultimately it wouldn't be any faster, really, because all it would do is spin more. And then the kids came, and it's just time to let her go, I guess. I can justify it all day long how I want and try to talk myself into the fact that this is a good idea, but I can't help but feel like I'm making a huge mistake. But live and learn, then you get loves, I guess. Well, we're getting on the boat now. I'll get back to you a little later. And the other thing with this car is every time I get in it, this car sees 100, 110 miles an hour. Like, it's just so funny. It gets there so fast. I'm not saying the Camaro is going to be any different, but the Camaro has a limitless performance. I don't know how to word it other than I could never get the Camaro to the point that I have this car. Like, I will never in my lifetime be able to have the money all in one setting to do everything I want to do to the Camaro, to max it out, basically, make it as much as it could possibly be before it's useless. The limitations are, there are no limitations to what you can do to the Camaro. This car I hit my limitations with, and I've outgrown it. You know, I'm getting too old for big wings and neon lights. It's a cold hard truth. But I'll talk to you later. Seriously. This is gonna be an awful video.